Hi folks, today we're going to have a look at a headlight from Olight, the H2R Nova. They do these in two models, the neutral white and the cool white. This particular one is the neutral white, so it's a little bit more of an orangey type tint to the beam, and it's probably one of the highest output headlights that you can get your hands on nowadays. The neutral white one is about 100 or so lumens less than the cool light, but they're running around 2,300 for the cool white, and I'd say just a little bit less for the neutral white, but not enough that we need to concern ourselves with. That's on its turbo mode, which you can hold for 1 minute before it steps down to somewhere in the region of around 750 lumens. So we'll probably have a look. Let's have a look at those first before we kind of look at the torch itself. Let me fold this bit of paper over so we can have a quick look. Get the camera to focus. There we go. So your level 1 runtime turbo, if you like, 2,300 lumens, dropping to 750 lumens after around 1 minute. And then you'll get a further 110 minutes runtime. Your level 2, which I suppose is the highest runtime that you can consider that this headlamp will sustain, is 600 lumens for 2 hours 30. Your level 3 is 150 lumens for 10 hours and so forth, as you can see. Now, in terms of what the light comes with, let's get that out of the way as well before we get into the nitty gritty. Obviously you get the headlight itself, you get a pocket clip which will fit round there, so you don't have to use it within the head mount if you don't wish. Obviously we've got the head strap, a silicone mount, a customised Olight battery, and I'll show you what that means in a moment. The magnetic charging cable, and we'll go into that a little bit at the moment, and these replacement EVA pads. So in terms of the way in which you charge this headlight, it's with Olight's proprietary tail cap magnetic thing. So you plug that into the other end into any USB source. It will turn red to indicate that it's charging and green when it's charged. And to that end, it requires, as we just saw on the manual there, what they call the Olight customised battery, where we've got a negative and positive terminal at one end, which is different than your normal 18650 batteries that don't have that. Now, I did email Olight and I asked them, can I use a normal battery in this particular torch? And let's see, and they responded and told me that, well, it was a rather short answer, and what it said is, no, you may burn out the LED. I can't see why that would be the case. As you can see there, it seems to operate on this, for example, the through night battery that I had knocking around. I can't see personally why it would burn out the LED. It's just a Cree XHP 70.2 in there. But that's what they said. I mean, I don't know. There was no explanation given. Certainly it won't work off the magnetic charger with anything other than an Olight customised battery. So other than that passing comment, I like the idea of being able to pop your own battery in. I mean, suppose you need to replace the battery when you're out and about and it goes flat on you, I don't know, you're away fishing for the night or something like that, and you don't have any USB power anywhere nearby. You might want to put several batteries in your pocket and take them with you. But anyway, so using the Olight customised battery, we can charge from the tail cap. Now, in terms of its operation, it's a one-click on and a one-click off. Once the light's on, we hold it and it will cycle through its modes, and that's its low, medium and high, or as they call it in the manual, your level 1, 2, 3, etc. I'll call it low, medium and high. To access your turbo mode, we double click, and then we can get 1 minute at that. And I don't know whether you notice that it's not really clear on the camera. It's a touch that I really do like on this light, is that you know, the button itself is a really nice, soft, easy to use. You know, very little pressure needed on it. And as you cycle between your modes, there's a soft transition in between them, which I think is a nice little touch, well thought out. And then I said a double click to take us to turbo. Okay, now in terms of the actual head mount that they give you, which I don't normally really pay a great deal of attention to really on headlights, but I'm going to do on this one. This is magnetic, which is why it mentioned the EVA patches, because you may not want it to be magnetic, in which case you can pop one of these patches on it. But it's probably one of the best headlight straps that I've seen of this type. I mean, I've got a through night here to have a look at. You see they kind of go into this type of arrangement, you know, which is okay, you know, but I've kind of got to, you know, furk it out like that to, you know, to get the through night out of here, and the same to, in fact, yeah, the same to get it back. But the Olight version, and it's magnetic, and you wouldn't be leaving it like that. It's, as you've just seen there, it's not a strong enough magnet to kind of hold it in place for, you know, for any great purposes, but it will hold it there so long as you're not jerking it around and messing about long enough for you to just simply apply that latch. And then there's a nice degree of friction on there to kind of move it around and hold it in place. And that is the problem that I've had with a lot of these headlights, is kind of the slightest knock and the blooming thing's moved. This one holds in place, and it's really easy, as I've demonstrated, just to do that. Take it out, and then you might want to use it, you know, in its hands-free mode or with the pocket clip that it comes with. Now, oh, let me just put the camera back. Something that may jump out at you now, if we look at the design of the head, we've got this kind of stippled effect there. I don't know what you'd call that, but I have used this outside, so I already know what the beam's like. That there's no discernible hotspot on it. This headlight will throw out a very wide spill, evenly distributed, and on turbo, huge amount of light within a very close range. It does actually say in the manual that the maximum beam distance is 150 meters, but I'll show you that a little bit later. When we go out. I mean, I personally regard this as a, you know, a close quarters extreme, and it is extreme illumination tool. So without further waffling on, let's take it outside and have a look. Hi folks, we've got the Nova H2R Olight with us, starting off on its lowest mode. It's giving a reasonable amount of light at a very close range. You can see I'm not wearing it on my head, you can see I'm holding it out in front of me there. That's probably going to be ideal, you know, for in the loft or kind of close range. But let's knock him up a power level. See, that's a lot better now, and you can see that it isn't throwing a spot, it's throwing a very evenly distributed beam at a relatively close range. It's not stretching out beyond sort of 15-20 meters, and we'll just pop him onto its highest sustainable mode. So we're just sort of 800 lumens. Ours is about 760, was it? That's the highest mode that the H2R can sustain for well over 2 hours. And to be honest with you, that is throwing out a significant amount of light to, you know, a moderate, short to moderate distance. I'm certainly having no problem seeing anything here now within sort of 20-30 meters. So this is a close range illumination tool. And then if I pop him up to its turbo mode, that's quite quite spectacular, to be honest. That's a phenomenal amount of light. And you can see, I mean, the camera's having struggled now. That's whitewashing, and when it's doing that, it's dimming out and reducing the overall effect of the light, unfortunately. As I look down that path there that I've just walked up, there's certainly no problem with illuminating that out to a moderate distance. But remember, we can only hold this for roughly 1 minute. But to my eyes there, that's really, really spectacular. If you want that burst of power for 1 minute. And remember, if I turn it off and back on again, it'll come on at its highest mode. It won't remember turbo. So move out of range of those little bushes there. So looking down that path and popping back onto turbo. What a absolutely monstrous amount of light coming on this. You certainly get the wow factor. And I don't think, I mean, it isn't fair to ask for more runtime than that. I mean, you know, pushing out sort of well over 2,000 lumens with the Cree XHP 70. It's getting warm now, and that I'm afraid is unavoidable with today's technology. I think Olight have done really, really well to get something to push out this amount of power for, you know, in 1 minute. I don't think they could do any better. Not in a head this particular size. Don't know what my dog's barking at there. I'll just show you again. It's high mode and cycle through lowest. There we go. And you notice a soft adjustment between them. Leave it on high. That's giving me the best amount of light for me at the moment, and then turbo. Wow. Okay folks, I'll catch you later.